Even though I knew the end by C.L. Polk, this is a really short novel. It's a really cool like magic system, which I didn't expect because I didn't read the description. I have a really bad habit of just seeing a book cover with two women kissing on it and then just reading it and not looking what it's about at all. And this cover said to me that this was going to be like a sad World War II story, you know, something historical, 40s, 50s, which I think is like the time period we're in. I don't remember the exact year if it ever said. So I thought this was just going to be a historical romance, but if I had just read literally the first line of the description, it says, a magical detective dives into the affairs of Chicago's divine monsters to secure a future with the love of her life. That's a good description, just that first sentence, actually. So we have a spiritualist detective who's sort of sensitive to magic. There's some people around the world who are sensitive to magic, and they have sort of different abilities. This character is like an auspice. She's like an augur. She can like sort of see things. I think she has like a magic camera that allows her to see like magical trails and things. Really kind of cool magic system, and everyone has different things, and especially a cool magic system for such a short book. I think this is a novel. Maybe you could classify it as a novella, or like I think it's just like a short novel. I'm gonna call it a novel because it feels very complete. It doesn't really necessarily feel like a novella. It just feels like a book that is really fast paced and really action heavy and gets to where it's going pretty quickly, but also has a lot of twists and turns, which is really cool. I mean, this was like it really kept me on my toes. Like something was always happening, which is really good. And it takes place in a very brief period of time. It's only a couple of days because this character only has a couple of days to live. She made a deal with the devil, or a demon, not the devil, to bring her brother back to life. Her brother died in a car crash, and she gave up most of her life to do that. She basically sold her soul. She gets to live for 10 years and then the demons are going to claim her and she's going to have to go to hell. And that 10 years is up in just a couple of days. However, she gets a deal that will allow her to reclaim her soul and keep living if she helps a demon track down someone who's hunting the souls that belong to her. That's kind of spoilers, but it's a pretty early revelation, so take that if you will. I won't spoil everything in this because I mean there's a lot of cool magic stuff, so it'd be hard to like sit here and spoil everything and just recap the entire plot of the book. But she is trying to win her life back by trailing this serial killer, this magical serial killer. And she really wants her life back because she's in love with this woman named Edith. They've been together for a while. They met in like the gay bars. There's a cool brief overview of like the gay bar scene, which is kind of underground because it's like the 40s or 50s or something. And obviously they can't all be out and open and queer visibly, but they do have their little community and their little scene, and they all know each other and they all sort of protect each other. I really liked those little moments of like the queer culture at the time. This job will also pay a lot, and she has a bunch of savings saved up for her lover, but also like they want to go to San Francisco, I think, and you know, restart their lives and find new jobs and just like build a life together and buy a home together. So she wants that, and so she wants to live, so she has to take this job even though she knows it's dangerous because it's a magical serial killer, and you know they're intentionally hard to track, and there's other magical detectives tracking this. She's like a disgraced detective because she made this deal with this demon. And so like the official magical detectives don't see her validity anymore. She's not really like supposed to be doing this. She's kind of rogue, vigilante, private eye. And the woman who employs her is like a hot demon. Hot lesbian, hyper femme demon lady. I loved her. She's a really good character. Cause she's like kind of evil and rich, but like sexy and you know, not the most evil, because she's gonna give our main character back her soul, right? And that never happens. So she's kind of like a chaotic, neutral kind of character. She's sort of looking out for her own self-interest, but she's not like crazy evil demon, you know? She's not like killing people or anything. That's not really what this magic does, or how it operates. But I think the character work is really strong in this. Because a lot of books I read, I'm not like really drawn to any specific character. But there was like a lot of meat here. Like, I wanted to know more about some of these characters. You've got the hot evil demon boss. You got this main character's cool. I think her girlfriend's cool. Her brother's really interesting because he died and he went to heaven and he's like mad that his sister brought him back to live a life on Earth. And he's also mad at her for condemning herself to hell. It does raise the question of like, if you know heaven is real and you get to go there, like, why would you take anyone from heaven? Because again, there's more than one person that's like brought back from the dead. That's like a thing that only the demons can do, but it's like a hard bargain. So it's like you're giving someone their life on Earth, but it wouldn't an eternity in heaven be better? And so it's kind of like, why do that? And why also give up your eternity? Like, if you know hell is real, like this is a world where demons and angels are absolutely real. People talk to them. Like, the existence of hell and heaven is very proved and documented. And so I don't see how any deal with any devil would be worth an eternity in hell. Like, realistically. Because you meet other people who, like, sell their souls for fame, right? They want to be famous, they want to be rich, and then they die 10 years later. Why would you do that? Well, I guess maybe some of those people didn't know. But maybe they did. I don't know. But our main character knows. I don't know. I don't know. But I like a world that you can think about, where there's like a lot going on, and the book leaves some questions unanswered. Not really questions unanswered. It's not like there's loose plot lines that don't get wrapped up here. It's very tight. It's a well done mystery. It's well done like thriller. There's a lot of action again. So I think this is really well done. But like, the world is so rich that, and the book is so short. The world is so rich and the book is so short that you're just like you would just want to know more. Like, the book leaves you wanting more, which I think is a good intentional choice, because then your reader like is really invested in your world and is like thinking about it even after they're finished putting the book down. And I don't think this is a series or anything. I like where this wraps up. If it were a series, you'd probably follow different characters. But we don't need to do that. It's a standalone book. So it's not setting up a series. But it's just a cool world. It's just a cool idea. And I really enjoyed it. I have seen a bit about this book. Like, I've seen this recommended around. I clearly didn't know anything about what it was about. But I was actually pleasantly surprised, because a cool, like, supernatural angels and demons mystery is way cooler than just, like, a sad 1940s lesbian tragedy, which I thought this was going to be. I thought it was going to be a really well-written, tragic piece. And I'm glad to tell you that it was just a cool, feel-good fantasy. Maybe not feel-good's the right word. It's not like a cozy mystery. Like, there's drama and action and high stakes and, like, death and murder and demons and shit. So, again, it's not feel-good cozy. But it is, like, there's love, and like, she's really doing all of this for the love of her life. And there's like hot demons. So it's just cool and like a good time. And I didn't cry. This looked like a book that was gonna make me cry. But it didn't. It just made me think about cool fantasy elements. That's pretty rad. So I do recommend this, and it's short, so it's an easy read. I read this in one day, I think. Yeah, I read it in one day. So I like gobbled this down. Just a good book. I really like it. I see why everyone like puts this on all their lists and recommends this a lot. So it is a good book if you want a quick fantasy read with lesbians in the 1940s, and like cool magical societies and angels and demons and powers of divination and foretelling and augury and auspice and all that cool stuff.